All right, everybody. I think we're just about ready to get into the D&D post show. Yeah, there it is, right on cue. The raid is here. Welcome to D&D post show, everybody. We're gonna be chitter-chatting about some fun and interesting things. We're gonna get the all the Discord lovelies onto the channel and talk about what happened. So let's get into it, everybody.
And then as soon as it did, it was not fun.
We're live!
Yeah.
The timing was pretty damn perfect.
What up?
Yo, yeah.
Hey, Warren, guess what?
What up?
I got 300 channel points.
I thought you were gonna die.
Oh, look at that. I also have 300 channels.
I got 300 channel points. Yo, check this out. Highlight my message. Butts.
Oh, shit.
With 1 T and 2 S's.
That's the Groman College way. 1 in the T, 2 in the S.
Oh, yes. So I guess just because this is the first time people are going to be seeing the point stuff and whatnot, I don't know if it's separate from what's already in, like, the automated Twitch stuff, but I have some points set up via CloudBot as well. And if you want to know what your commands and things are that you can redeem with that, you can go !store and it'll let you know. So just...
Do you want to know that?
Just so you know, because it'll take you to the page.
But I'm
that
gonna wait
lets you know
for
all that
someone
shit.
faster than me to do it.
Oh, it'll whisper you directly, just so it's not spamming through the through the chat when
I
people
see.
do it. Yeah. So you can take that O-ness on yourself.
Guys, I've been so gassy lately. I don't know what the fuck is up, but I've been like farting up a storm.
You've been eating a lot of cheese?
No dairy. I did have some samosas though.
That'll do.
Yeah.
A little gassy up. Okay. I know I should have done that. Okay, you know, you guys just
There we
talk
go.
without me. I'll be back.
I
Okay.
gotta go to the bathroom quickly while chat gets themselves figured out.
We're tagging out.
Yeah.
Well.
You guys fucking suck.
Hello everyone, welcome to the D&D post-show hangout. I hope you guys are having a good evening. Welcome to the new and improved channel that is now affiliate. Everything is mostly the same, but there are a few different things, I guess. Hi, hello.
So excited that you made affiliate.
You know
That's
what?
So awesome.
Me too, sort of, kind of. There's a lot of shit I have to, like, figure out, but I'm happy about it. Yay.
Oh, look at that comfy pose.
I'm getting chill for this one.
Oh, hey, who wants to see another fight?
Another.
That's
Oh man.
that's me and the mage right there. Just
See,
tossing
what's
it
really
out.
funny is that Cinnamon's right there, and Cinnamon hates both of them.
Fun.
So anything could happen. Everybody's growling.
Anything could happen. It's a wild time.
Oh boy.
All right, kids.
Yeah.
You got questions? Put them in the chat.
Do it.
Ask us your thoughts.
Oh, this is just an aside because I don't know how much it'll matter, but I found it interesting or funny, I guess. The music that is playing right now is called Warm Water. Thought that was good.
But
I
It
can't
makes
hear your
some water
music.
warm.
it's true.
Very warm. Uncomfortably warm.
Ah! Hey, Alex. Thank you for subscribing.
Good time to be a
Hey,
subscriber
I
to
have
Twitch
emojis that have been,
Sessions.
I've been getting notifications all day that my emojis have been approved.
Oh, that's exciting.
Hey, there it is. Yeah. That's your tier 1 emoji.
Yeah. Okay, I need
Oh,
some
good.
music.
We need
I
some
am-
more. We need some more emotes for the Grey Tales chat as well. So the contraption ones will be great.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I tried to give them like a little bit of variety, so there's a little bit of emotion and fun in each of them. Yeah.
Favorite moments?
I personally can't wait for when one of us finally fires one of those guns and everyone spams EV gun in
Dude.
the chat.
Oh,
They better.
you saw that, huh? All right, I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
tier 2. Yeah.
They better.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got. Let's start. Favorite moments.
Yeah. What you got, guys?
God.
Oh,
I mean, I know my favorite moments.
I mean, feel free to go ahead then, because
you
I gotta
started
look at my
us out
notes.
there. Right.
Honestly, my two top moments of the evening were, honestly, was actually just having that sending message from Fen. I didn't think it was gonna land on me like that, but like Puck was like,
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, holy fuck, I think I might cry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool. I didn't realize how much Puck was worried about what was happening there because he hadn't heard from home at all this whole time, and he was like, "Oh my god, everything's fine. Everything's fine. That is the best news I've heard in so long."
And it was like so nonchalantly chill, you know?
Yeah.
Like absolutely no danger. And it was like, wow, what a feeling.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh wow, that's so relieving." And I super got to sleep, but to discuss if you could name your own dingy personality. Dingy. Oh, dingy. Personally and character, what would you
Like what would I name my dinghy and what would Talon name her dinghy? I think.
Personally and character. Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
see.
think
I
so.
see. Okay. All right. Well, have a good night, Alex. Thank you very much.
I mean, I think we're supposed to answer the question before.
Oh, before they leave? I mean, we can
I
try.
think that was the
Right,
point.
let's try very quickly. Victor's dinghy would be named Plan B. And Logan's dinghy would be called something like a joke that's probably too long to be a boat name, but it would be something along the lines of, it's not the size of the boat, it's how you use it.
For you, yeah, that
But-
tracks.
That would not fit on the back of a dinghy, but I like it nonetheless.
Hey, Roxy, how's it going?
See?
God, I don't know what Puck would name his dinghy.
I genuinely feel like for both me and Talon, the dinghy would just be named Boat.
You know what? I think I don't know. If it was a particularly nice dinghy, Puck might name it after one of Apollo's horses.
Ooh, how lovely.
Because then it could just speed us away from danger. And then what would Warren name a dinghy? Oh man. What in the hell would I name a dinghy?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Raft.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not one that can like do this off the top of my head super quick.
We went to creation school.
We did.
Listen, I didn't say improv was my strongest point, okay?
No.
Especially now when it comes to naming things.
Are all playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Harold honestly is probably a little too analytical to give a dinghy a funny name, so he'd probably just call the dinghy Dingy. It is what it is. Thomas would probably call it like the SS Small Boat.
God, both are just this group of people and our adventuring party need a fucking bard so bad. We need a. Can we petition for a bard, just a bard NPC in the raffle, please?
Well, I mean, if Talon keeps getting almost killed, Lane will eventually do it, and then maybe Lee will come back as a bard.
That would be awesome.
You are. No.
I
Talon
have like
can't
2
die.
backup
Talon
characters.
can't die.
And neither one of them are bards, but I feel So I just like, if any one of us dies, we have to come back with a charisma-based character. We just have to, because we need it so bad. We so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what'd be
I mean-
more dangerous, having to write all your own songs or having chat write your songs for you.
Oh, it's definitely
That would
chat.
be a very fun thing to bring chat in on.
Oof.
I like that.
I worry.
Right.
Yeah.
Warren, you were saying your favorite moments from the night.
Right. Yes. So one moment was just hearing from Fen. That was really cool. And then the other moment was, honestly, I was like, Puck was doing this whole like doing the rounds at the start where he was talking to everybody, and I just talking of Harold. It was one of those things where it's like, Harold doesn't usually say a lot, but I'm checking with everyone. I should check with Harold too. And then there was a lot more there than I was expecting. And we had this really good powwow where it was like, just like, we came to a better understanding of each other. And it was like, we've both come such a long way and everything. And I was like, oh, Harold, you're just coming out of your shell. And yeah, I know. I really liked, I liked the moment, and it felt very natural to be like, Puck is gonna hug Harold.
Beautiful friendship that's forming. It's very sweet.
It was like Puck felt kind of out of it with everyone, and then having Harold like pull it back to the first moments, like the first sessions of being like, you're one of the first people that like was nice to me when we all met. And I was like, I'm still gonna be nice to you, buddy. And just like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, my favorite moment had to be the Puck Harold conversation. Just because I think Harold managed to do what Victor and Talent couldn't, and that was get Puck to understand what he's doing isn't right. It was a sense of, I can understand why you're doing this, but it's not the right path and you need to stop. And I think because it's just Harold, and like you said, he doesn't speak a whole lot, so when he does actually speak, it kind of makes you want to listen. And it was just like Victor and Talon, kept kind of saying the same things, but it was semi-laced with, Puck just wanting to brush everything off and not really pay attention to anyone. And then, yeah, just when Harold said it, it kind of made it sound in a new light.
Really landed.
Yeah.
I think Puck still wants to shore up those weekends, but there was something he took away from that. Like, he could see your reasoning, your point. And it's a weird struggle to balance, like, yeah, who do you decide is worth saving, and where is that line to be drawn? Oh shoot, I'm forgetting what else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, and then fucking Victor laps this fucking dilemma in my lap of like, I'll let you decide whether or not to tell the general to go to war in the city. Like, really? You're gonna land this on me? Oh man.
Oh yeah.
And like, I mean, it sounds selfish in a way, but also like, truly, I think if anyone should make that decision out of the four of us, it should be Puck.
I think it should be Harold.
I would burn that place to the ground. Yeah, Harold too. But like, I think Harold would. I think Harold would make a good decision, but one that made like the most logical sense, but not any like emotional sense. Which I think is like, he would make the same decision Victor would, which is, the war is already started. It doesn't matter what we do now. We might as well commit to it and win. But that's not necessarily like a nice thing to do. Is like sentence thousands of people to their deaths. which is why I think like anyone's gonna make that decision, it should be old Puckers. And also, Victor has no confidence in his own decision making anymore, and will not make those decisions, because he keeps getting it wrong. So,
yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some time trying to piece that one together, because it's like, well, I don't like what was happening in the city. I don't want like people to be enslaved or for the halflings to be like fighting the town guard and everything else, but war or like hostilities between two nations is bigger than the struggle of a city. It's gonna it spread from there. I don't know how to like reconcile that decision.
we know that Stone deserted the Westgarian military.
You
So,
do.
I do. I guess I didn't share that maybe, but like, so it's hard to say whether he's like aligned with Roma or if he's just a rogue agent.
Just to the name, he was just like, "My name's General Stone, baby."
Yeah, that's a pirate thing to do.
Self-appointed titles.
Yeah, self-appointed titles. All right. Favorite. Are you done, Warren? Those were your favorite moments?
Well, Harold or Thomas is
Yeah,
the one who was
that
talking
was
to us.
mine.
We
yeah.
moved on to you. I'm so asleep.
I am so sleep.
I am also at 5 hit points. Not only Victor.
Me too. Me too.
Dude, I gotta go get my vaccine tomorrow. Getting
Woo.
vaxxed tomorrow.
Woo. Woo.
Like, got to, get to, same.
Mm-hmm.
Same difference.
Very exciting.
You have another one, Thomas?
Nope. It was I liked my Harold moment with Puck, and then just Thomas. Thomas loves the fact that he's working on a new spell.
Yeah, you put a lot of effort into that description, that thought
Yeah,
process.
so because you've built the runic patterns for all your spells. Like, are you gonna have to make sense of a fucking runic pattern and build it?
Yeah, essentially, when I was thinking about it, I was like, so what I have is if I break each spell down into like their base runes, so that it's like this rune means if I'm thinking about it, it's like this rune means this rune means a, this rune means like if I'm going that simplistic and that deep into it,
60 seconds, you know?
yeah, it would then be like I take the runes that make shield a first level abjuration spell, and I just take those, and that is my framework, because that is like the base of the spell that I'm creating. I then take the range for identify, I take those specific runes, plop it in so that the ranges touch. The duration from dancing lights, take that in, and then take, the bulk of what the spell does, the casting time, the components for it, and take those runes and plop it in, and hope that inside this framework, I have then added the electrical, the plumbing, all the drywall and walls, all the interior furnishings, and I don't blow myself up in the process.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to try to ward me from piercing damage, and then a bunch of spears get conjured into me.
Show up.
Ooh,
It's
yeah,
gonna be awesome.
that roof is gonna leak.
Oh no.
I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, so I'm going to say this in the most, what's the word? Obtuse way possible. Hey, Thomas.
Yeah.
Like we talked about how you want your character to operate like 5 months ago, right?
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's finally happening soon. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
We're almost there.
I'm
I'm
so
so
happy.
excited.
He's gonna get another letter from his professor allowing him to use the good magic.
Hey, remember that thing we taught you? Do it again. Do it now.
Do the good magic.
We'll do good magic.
Okay. I had a lot of small good moments today. A lot of excellent support from my teammates, which was very nice.
You just cared
Very
so
nice.
much.
Yeah, they cared so much. Yeah, some excellent conversations with Puck and Talon. As well as a big first step in being like, Talon, I need you. And
Hey,
it
you make
worked.
me really comfortable.
And it worked, so that's exciting. It would have been sad if I nightmared more. Orokazoa being freaked out by my nightmares was crazy to me. I was like, what?
I really like that moment personally.
And something like I think later it's definitely something we're gonna discuss. Because like I was like, we just have to get through this. Like I wasn't in the right space to argue with him about it. But once I feel vigor again, it's gonna be like, hey, you realize you did that to hundreds of children, me included. Like you made us be in that state for like a month, hundreds, or maybe even 1,000 people, and we'll see what he says.
I mean, technically, if we're thinking about it technically, it wasn't his choice. He was being forced to do those things, but we don't know that.
Well, yeah, I don't believe that for a second. That's not what Victor knows in his mind. So that'll be an interesting conversation. The tendril cannonball.
Oh,
at the top of
dude.
the combat
Oh, yeah.
was so fucking cool. It was awesome. And turns out very crucial.
It's super important.
But yeah, that was just a sick moment. Thank God I got enlightenment back literally like 5 minutes before that happened. Because I wouldn't have had a weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Felt good to fight in the water.
I knew you needed it. I knew you needed it. I wasn't
Okay.
gonna go through the ship piece without being like, oh, you know that huge fucking piece of Victor's kit being a water genasi? Let's give him some fucking water.
I'm
to fuck
very
with.
good in water. That about sums it up. I'm excited for the continuing of this because I mean I even noticed it just as we were talking about the ship name that like a bit of life is coming back into Victor. He's shaking it off due to the stalwart care of his friends.
And Basher being Basher.
And Basher, yeah, and it's hard to be sad around Basher. 'Cause
Really
he's so
is.
just
Blunt.
he's just so
he's just
dumb.
Basher.
He's so full of
Just so
childlike wonder
Basher.
for
Yeah,
life.
he's just so Basher. Congratulations to Basher and Dala.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so excited for a wedding, dude. Holy shit.
Fuck, you gotta prep
So
ceremony.
excited.
Oh man.
I'm just like, so they're both Sandels, right? Which means
What?
maybe
Wait, who's both?
Oh,
Grig's wife and Dala, which means
Solara
like
and
maybe
Dala.
Solara and Dala.
maybe Basher and Grig one day meet. And I'm just afraid of what happens when
No, I
that
want it. I
happens.
want it. I want it.
The name's Grig. I'm Basher. It's nice to meet you.
It's
nice to meet you
just
too.
like they will either destroy the world or conquer it.
Well, they're gonna be besties. 100%.
Oh, Thomas
My
is gone.
gosh.
Oh,
Welcome back,
Yeah, it's just like I don't even know.
dude.
When's
When
the
stars
beach
align.
episode?
Low-key,
Soon.
probably not long.
Yeah, probably not long, honestly. But I don't
beach
think
episode.
I don't think it's gonna be what everyone hopes it's gonna be, because I feel
No,
like
it's gonna be
everyone's
more like Normandy.
yeah. Like I think everyone's like, yeah, let's just have a bunch of barbarians and speedos and bikinis and
very
stuff, and it's like, no, it's gonna be fucking hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to give some fun sometimes. So like,
That's a lie. Oh.
No,
Yo,
we have fun sometimes.
We
Try
okay.
and
The
tell
last
me-
time we had fun was like the feast.
But
try and tell me
then
that
That
fight
was a
wasn't fun,
lot.
man.
That was a lot of fun at the feast, though,
the thing
wasn't it?
about Lane appointed fun is that then it becomes bad fast.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
off the
and you
heels of
feel
something
bad,
terrible
like,
and preludes something worse.
Yeah, not only are you in the shit, you feel bad for enjoying yourself the previous night.
You're like, oh god, if
Mhm.
only I hadn't unwound and healed some of my emotional wounds, I would have been more prepared for more emotional wounds.
We should have been fortifying.
Oh boy. Lee, did you say your favorite moments?
Not yet, no.
Oh, no. Definitely Harold and Puck's conversation.
Mhm.
I'm definitely Victor letting his guard down a little bit there.
We like a soft Victor.
Yeah, it was a really sweet little moment. Just like the way you went about asking. Talon was like, okay, yeah.
Yo, when you first asked, everyone in chat, me included, we all went like, what?
Yeah, I want to go back and look at what everyone said because I saw chat just go from being like boop 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 to be like brrr, in that.
It was 80% Alex.
I
Oh,
have to write
I'm sure, yeah.
and I have to write you a second letter. It's very quick. I'll write it over Discord right now.
Oh, great.
Mm.
When you first said letter, it took me a second. Then I went, oh, I know what letter you're talking
Yeah,
about. And then you were like,
everyone-
I throw it out.
Everyone in chat was like, "What letter?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know, guys."
A secret
You don't-
letter.
No one remembers because it was very secret.
Lane, favorite moment.
Yeah. So I really, really loved putting onto Victor being like, hey, this guy who's in your head, he's really in your head. Like, he's not just like living in a little space somewhere. He's like in your head, like he sees your nightmares. He feels your nightmares. He can't sleep when you can't sleep. And that's like, ooh, that's spooky. So like putting a little touch of that in there, super fun. I really love that. Other than that, I mean, of course, Puck and Harold's conversation was very sweet. I really like that. I'm trying to think of like selfish things. Mop guy. Mop guy was a really selfish
Oh
moment that I really loved.
yeah.
Like I was
Little
just
addition.
like, well, yeah, because I was like, yeah, and then there's two guys who were like mopping the deck, and you guys just like had to talk like they weren't even there, and I was like, no, they're fucking there, man. Like you guys are having like a real hard hitting talk, and he's just like the whole time was just like, oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, like the whole time.
It just like starts clapping when he hugs him back. Just like,
It would have been hilarious if he had gone over and been like, oh, like joined in.
Listen, we've already had one awkward fisherman.
It was so sweet.
Hey Thomas, way to go. You and me. Just steal the show tonight.
Yep.
yeah.
It was just
like-
so
it was just so-
good.
It was poignant. I think a lot of good things. I think finally the feeling, like Thomas said, finally like the feelings that all of us have for Puck and his current state were accurately said. Because we just
Absolutely.
haven't been able to tell him, and then Harold pulled it off. And we were all,
Mhm.
at least I was like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. That
Mhm.
is it.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad that it was a nice moment and not an aggressive moment.
Me too. I love dumb characters, guys. I love dumb idiots.
We know.
I love them because I don't know what it is. I just feel so comfortable being a big dumb idiot, and just
I wonder
like
what it is.
it just.
I wonder if maybe not thinking just comes naturally to you, and thinking is hard on your dumb brain.
Yeah, it's really
I think
nice to
also,
just-
I think it's really freeing to play a bit of a dumb character. Like, and I've experienced some of this with Talon. Is just that like, it's great because I don't have to know anything at any point. I can choose to just not know something that comes up in conversation and make one of you explain it to me. and that's very fun for me.
It's having a low stat that you play off of is amazing for role playing scenarios.
Yeah, I've had a couple of friends that I've helped like create their first character. None of them are set up to like really go into a game right now, but I talk about all of this so fucking much that it comes up eventually. And whenever they end up with like a low stat, I'm like, no, this is good. So this is better this way. Like it'll make everything awesome. So
Low stats are just as good as high stats. I love them.
Literally anytime I've ever had newer players and they like start to get nervous about a low stat, I'm like, no, this is where the fun happens. Like as much as you're excited about having your like 18 strength, that like -2 charisma is gonna be so much fun for you to play with. Like don't even worry about it. I think people sometimes overhype their high stats, but the thing that actually makes your character is your low stat.
Oh,
totally.
True. It gives them their personality. Like in my other
because you can't be good at everything. That's boring, you know?
Yeah. Like in my other campaign that I'm playing right now, my character has like a 19 dex, 18 intelligence, and like an 8 wisdom, and he's very smart. He's just a dumbass, like he's very intelligent. Like he could tell you how air currents work in this part of the sky, right? But then you're like, oh, should you put on the cursed helmet? And he goes, oh yeah.
Like, think of all the cool stuff it'll let me do.
Yeah. Like, yo, it wouldn't be cursed unless it also came with super dope powers, idiots. Puts on the hat. So you're gonna do what I tell you to do. I made a poor choice.
Low wisdom is like definitely the scariest one.
It's the most dangerous.
Always.
Yeah.
Because so much of surviving Dungeons and Dragons is impulse control, and if your character just doesn't have it built in, it's bad.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite archetype to play. Smart guy who's like super impulsive. Also feels very natural. I wonder why.
No, I can definitely relate to what you were saying, Lee. I played like a lot of smart characters, a lot of casters, and one day I was like, I think this was a campaign I did with Tristan. I'm pretty sure Logan, you were there as well.
Yeah, you played a barbarian, right?
Yeah, I just played a barbarian. I was like, yeah, no, he just like he uses everything immediately, just like frenzy rage, all that stuff. Doesn't think about it, just does it. And it was a blast. I was like, this is cool.
It's fun to use your moves. That's like like thing I always try to. It's a terrible thing to try to teach playing casters, because you have to be like, you have to save it. You have to save the cool move. But also, it's so boring to save the cool move. So sometimes you just gotta use the cool stuff. Just use your cool moves.
You know how hard it is as a healer to be like, well, I could do any kind of damage. Or I could just use my basic attacks and cantrips and just wait until someone really needs my help.
And I was like, that was a problem I ran into with Gibson, but then I created Gibson with the mentality of, no, that guy loves to stab things. So like his spells, great, perfect. He can use them when he has to, but man, if someone's in range to get speared, it's all about the spear.
Chef's kiss. We love a spear.
I miss spearing dudes. I do.
Just miss penetrating dudes.
I just miss penetrating dudes with my spear.
Yeah, but now you turn them to pudding.
Yeah, now I break spines, and that's cool and all, but I could really use a new weapon or someone to upgrade enlightenment. Be awesome.
I definitely haven't given any thought to anything like that for you at any point in time. Not at all during this seafaring voyage at all.
No, I imagine so.
Oh man, guys, I have so much planned. As soon as you get off this fucking boat.
Oh boy.
Good.
Hey, listen, you know what?
I think we're gonna be on the boat for 2 more episodes.
I know you are. And I was doing my best to be like, okay, let's go. But then it'd be like, how about we need this moment? And I'd be like, I know you do, but can we just not this time?
But we have to democratically choose the name of the boat.
I am aware. I know.
I mean, I feel like we got through a lot of the stuff this go round. Like, I feel like the next couple days is probably gonna be a lot of like, what do you do for the rest of the trip sort of stuff.
You
which
know
you've
it.
already done some. But oh yeah, just a reminder, Lane. Just I'm reading about Control Undead. Just in case. Yep.
Yes.
So, questions. Does chat have questions, queries, concerns?
There's
While we're waiting for any questions to come in, I just wanted to say, Thomas, I found it really funny that you were talking about that you had this like backup plan to be just like really aggressive with Puck about him like and his thing, because the whole Goodberry thing, Victor, Logan, I had it in the back of my mind, like, if I have to force him to eat it, I will. I'll have a fight about it. I don't care. I was also ready to, to just make it happen, regardless of, like, whether you... if I was worried you were going to be too proud. Glad you weren't.
Victor is infinitely less proud than Gibson, and it might be my favorite. It might be my favorite difference between the
I've
characters.
truly made the same character again, but with less pride.
But like less of a complete asshole, and with
Different
like, more
kind of
feelings.
asshole. Less,
He has like
Yeah.
emotion.
less
Gibson
full of
had, like-
himself, more looking down on others.
Gibson
It's
was
not
just
that
like
he's up here;
Stonewall.
it's that everyone else is like down here.
Yeah, in my head, I was just like, because when Puck, like when Puck and Harold, like before Puck got absolutely turned to pudding by Basher and Dala on that first day, and Puck was just like, yeah, no, this is my choice. I want to be able to be strong enough to choose those who I save. And I was like, well, if you need someone to fight, I'm here. And I was just like, as Thomas, I was like, so Puck is gonna choose to fight Harold. That is just what's gonna happen. Because if we break off from the sea foam, who is Puck gonna have to choose from to fight? Victor's gonna be steering the boat. Talon's gonna be having an emotional breakdown internally about her mom. Harold is the only other choice, because Puck's not gonna fight the innocent crewmen who are just doing their goddamn jobs.
Would never.
So just like, okay, I'm gonna fight Puck. How do I beat some sense into this dumbass kid without actually laying a goddamn finger on him? Because that's the only way he's gonna listen. If I just,
emotionally kick the shit out of him.
yeah, I was just like, I can't, like, if we fight and we just agree, just melee weapons only, no magic, to unconsciousness or yield, I cannot knock him out. That is just going to reinforce in his brain that he is not strong enough yet, and it's not going to work. So I had a plan where if we got into a fight, I was going to back up 5 feet from the railing and just wait for you to come to me. When you got there, I was going to grapple you and just dangle you over the edge of the boat.
He would have hated that.
I would just be like, hang you over the edge of the boat and just be like, yield. Do it or I'll drop you, bitch. And then, if you didn't, I was going to like try to talk some sense into you and let go of a hand.
Oh, dude, just Batman him. Just fucking...
And and then as soon as you finally like realized he's gonna drop me and I might drown, I was gonna then pick you up and just hold you, not aggressively, just like hold you against the railing and just have that conversation we had in a much more aggressive tone. And then just like, great, we had this conversation, I'm gonna walk away and go pick up my sword. But I'm very happy that we had a nice light moment to have that conversation and not one under threat of death.
As the sun is setting over the horizon, hey, you got great stuff, kid, but like, look at me, I'm fucking built. You're not gonna be like me, just like be happy being you, okay? Okay. I like that moment, it was nice. I just want to give you guys a bunch of cool magic shit, but I'm like, no, I did that last time, and it did not go well for me.
It did.
Nope.
So far, I've given you guys very like minor like upgrades. What do you guys have? You have
I keep forgetting to use my fuckle charging boots.
yeah, you got your fuckle boots. You've got your cap of detect thoughts. You look like fucking Sherlock Holmes when you're wearing that bitch.
Yeah, I got my cap of detect thoughts, and I got my winter wolf cloak.
You got your dude, that's actually sick.
Yay.
Oh
That's
yeah,
actually-
right.
Like honestly, Harold could just be sleeping on the deck of the ship underneath that cloak, and he wouldn't care. It's
Harold
so
can
warm.
Harold can sleep anywhere with that cloak. Literally, like in the tundra, and just be fine.
And then I
right.
have the chimes, the open locks, and the rings.
Yes.
Sword.
Yeah. And I have some
Sword.
potions too.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
have potions, don't we? Yeah.
Dude, imagine trying to drink a potion
yeah.
underwater and just feel like a complete asshole as you like open the cork and you tip it back.
You'd have to do one of those,
giant strength.
like a.
Yep.
Giant strength one. We've got
yeah, that's
4
right.
healing ones, I think.
Mm.
I don't know. We did identify them all, but I don't remember what the other one was. I didn't write it down.
Well,
Are a bunch of them just
there were-
healing pots?
Yeah, there were 4 healing pots.
Yep.
The giant strength.
What was the last one?
There was giant strength.
Miss Liz.
What was it?
Yeah, don't worry. Miss Liz will tell us later.
Yeah, once I give it to you guys, it's officially out of my brain forever.
That's fair.
There was a question from Little Miss Roxy, the other Little Miss that we have. Lane, what magic items did you regret giving the previous party?
Oh, well, let me think.
What was the really outrageous ones? Let's think.
The spear.
The spear was
Spear wasn't that
The
bad.
spear was just fucking cool. The
just
dragon,
cool.
the dragon slayer.
Oh, the
sword
dragon slaying sword was a bad
with
call.
Lagoshi's action
Yeah.
surge and like, you know, just his dumb stats. Dude rolled stats. Remember when we played with Paul and he had off the bat before adding bonuses 18, 18, 16, 15, 16, 17.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
disgusting.
Before adding racial modifiers. He was literally born a god.
And then didn't he got his brother's sword that was like really good too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He had his brother's sword. That was his base sword. And then when he let that one go, like he laid it to rest with his body, he took Dwargo's sword, which was
Right.
the wound
Dwargo's
sword.
Yeah.
Sword. Oh, the
That was
wound sword,
gross.
yeah.
So the wound sword, did I give? I guess I didn't give anyone anything too crazy. The beads of force that I gave to Zasha were almost the worst thing ever.
Yeah, but I mean, we almost killed ourselves with those more than we killed
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
No, I know. It was bad though.
Mhm.
Remember
It
when
was the
Legoshi
only way-
died?
It was the only way we would have killed Legoshi.
Yeah.
Literally.
And then what?
literally.
Didn't Aima have something ridiculous?
She had,
I had my arm
Oh, the
blade.
arm blade.
she had
honestly-
arm blade.
And then
And
the
I had
grappling hook.
Yeah, I hate that I got that grappling hook so late in the campaign because I wanted to use it so much more than I had opportunity to use it because it was so cool and like there's been several moments even in this campaign where I'm like,
Man, I had a
well,
grappling hook.
if I had it.
You did have the cursed bracers.
That you guys immediately got rid of.
Yeah.
And then
Dude, can I
was
tell you
I
annoying.
guys
had
what
that
those curse
mithril
bracers were?
plate.
Please do.
Now that we're so far out, can I tell you what those curse bracers did?
Yeah. Please.
They were a what's it called item? An item. It's got a personality and it's
Sentient?
Yeah, it's a sentient item, and it was actually Zasha's gauntlets that had taken another shape to try and get her to put them back on.
I thought something like that.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it was Zasha's gauntlet that
The evil gauntlet.
that had
The
been
neck snapper.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And it was sentient, and that was actually a big part of Zasha's backstory that I was going to break down for everybody. Is that Zasha wasn't quite as evil as everyone thought she was.
It was
Yeah.
We were
evil.
always
gloves.
gonna have to kill Zasha though. We put those on her.
Would have been cool.
It's a
They had
bean.
that.
Yeah, and then I had that mithril plate armor.
That was
that
huge.
raised my AC to like
I just
21.
gave you guys. I think I just gave you guys too much too soon. Was the problem?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we
Maybe
killed
I-
that dragon.
I
To
mean,
be fair,
Yeah,
From what
we
I've
killed
heard,
that dragon.
you did kill.
from
a
what I've
dragon.
heard of campaign 1, it sounded like you were like, okay, this is like they're pretty good, so like, I'm gonna hit them with something hard, but I have to like make it so the reward for doing that stuff. But now they're stronger, so I have to keep ramping up the difficulty. But then the rewards get better. But then the difficulty gets more.
Like,
But then
it
the
just
rewards get better.
kind of snowballed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they had the. I bet you they had the power of like a 10th level party. No, not maybe a power of a 9th
Nah.
level party at like level 7.
Yeah. We
Like they were definitely power creeped.
the thing about the
We
thing about that
acted like
first
it.
campaign also that like just made it fun but also very hard to play was just how impossibly unpredictable we were.
Yeah.
You, like there was like literally no idea. You couldn't predict how we were going to react, and neither could we.
Honestly, a couple times I was like, "Are they just gonna kill a kid?" And then you didn't, but I was like,
We almost did though.
Yeah.
No one could have expected me to melt those people.
No.
That was
Throw them out the
gruesome.
window.
We
I-
melted people.
I got in a fight with like guards outside a Capitol building we were invited to.
Yeah. They were just dicks, and you were like, "I
They were
don't
just
like that.
dicks,
I'm gonna
so
kill you."
checked, so I almost killed him.
Yeah. Look, I mean, Gibson had poor decision-making skills. We all know that.
Very
We
poor.
all had poor decision-making
Yeah.
skills.
The only one who made good decisions was Legoshi, and that's why he didn't die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
The only poor decision he ever made was following y'all fucks around.
Yep.
What we got him his gang empire back. Fuck
That's
him.
true.
Yeah.
That's very.
Mhm.
We killed a potential suitor for Neva for him.
Zabaz.
Zabaz was a good boy.
The boss was the worst.
Zabaz was my best attempt at creating somebody who is incredibly charismatic and also like to the core evil.
It was just Majima.
Who?
Majima.
It's just Goro Majima from the Yakuza series. Look him up.
Oh.
You'll see Zabaz
Oh.
in your eyes.
I haven't played that. I'm not
You
familiar at all.
Just like
I only
Google
know of this through other
Majima.
people.
just like get like a best of Majima, and you'll go, oh, it's
That was me.
Japanese Zabaz.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
That
man.
fills me with confidence because I made a character that people know of, but without knowing about that character.
Yeah,
And he's
Yeah.
beloved.
it's true.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Everyone loves Majima.
I have questions relating to today's game.
Yeah.
I was just curious. Is there special logistics to being knocked unconscious while in water?
You drown.
So does it just like count towards your death saves faster, or how does that work?
Like, I would rule it every round that you're underwater, you fail a death save automatically.
Yeah.
Then roll one.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
the way I would do it.
I think that's the rule. That's the actual rule.
I'm not 100% sure. We could look it up, but if it happened tonight, I would have been like, hey, you take a death save from being unconscious. Except Victor. Victor wouldn't take the
Yeah, because I
automatic
can
Ah,
breathe
death.
underwater.
And also like, is that shark big enough to swallow one of us? I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Stop it.
Probably could have fit you in their hole. But
Well, I was just curious why it was chomping on people, but I guess maybe it didn't have like the swallow thing built into that particular.
yeah,
creature.
it's definitely not in the kit, and it's not meant to swallow. It's meant to take chunks. You
Right.
know, it probably could have, but like it wouldn't be comfortable. You know, it wouldn't be like this giant, massive whale consumes you and you're just in its belly. Like Victor would have punched his way out very easily. That's just the truth. They're not meant to design. They're not designed to swallow whole sea people.
Thomas, you remember when you were swallowed in my campaign?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Don't worry, there will be
Don't
plenty
end
of
the whale.
swallowing.
I think everyone from my campaign just hates frogs and toads because of the things I did to them.
Look, we got our revenge on that king of the bullywogs when I put him to sleep and then we all circled around him and simultaneously took our final pot shots when he died. That was our team signature move. The final big bad of the area, I'll put him to sleep, we'll circle around him, and we'll all take a swing at the same time.
It's a thing. It's
cool
a thing that
move.
happens in my campaigns for whatever reason.
What's our signature move?
The teleport and slam.
Yeah.
The teleport and slam.
Yeah.
3 of us have some kind of Misty Step, so.
It's true.
And Harold just does
It's
it.
very reliable.
And Harold just does it in reverse with his sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that just Harold finds every opportunity to throw his great sword.
If you had a sword that
Throw-
yoinked back to you on command, wouldn't
His
you also throw your shit
30-pound
around?
great sword.
Just hucks it.
It's so big. It's like a 4.5 foot blade.
Yeah, it is. It's
You
huge,
just throwing it.
and I love it.
Look,
It's
here's the thing.
awesome.
Could
I
theoretically, wait. If Harold was like, if the sword and Harold had an enemy in between them, could Harold yeet his sword back to him through the enemy?
Unfortunately, it's not like a Jedi lightsaber pull. It's literally like it bamps out of existence and teleports.
absolutely-
into his hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just been flavoring it that it comes back to his hand like Thor's hammer when he's within a certain distance.
Yeah.
I've just been flavoring it that way because I think that's fucking cool. But yeah, the
Yeah.
rules as written is it just like
It's like,
bamps into his hand out of ethereal space.
you know what that reminds me of, Lane? You remember that time we got like really, really, really messed up and we were talking about Paul Kim and about how he had magical powers and he could reach into the void and just pull anything out of anywhere?
Dude,
Like
you
forever ago?
have no idea.
That's
that
true.
boy,
That's
that-
just real.
dude, it's fucking
No,
real.
yeah, we spent,
Like,
I think Lane and I spent like 3 hours discussing the logistics of that and the comic book that could become of it.
yeah, well,
You
the,
literally just outed Paul Kim as a sorcerer
the dude,
on the
the
internet.
dude, literally.
I can't believe you.
He'll be like, "Hey, I lost this, but I lost this thing," and I'm like, "Okay, well, where is it?" He goes, I have no idea. I checked everywhere." I'm like, "Did you check everywhere?" He was like, "Yeah, I must have just like fallen into the fucking void." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." Reaches under my seat and pulls it out, and I'm like, "I've never seen that, but like, why is your keychain that I've never even seen before in my car? Like, what the fuck? What?"
He's a sorcerer.
He is. He really,
Yeah.
he really is. He's got he's got a bag of holding and he just doesn't know how to open it. Like it's just like floating around him at any given time.
Okay, that's funny, but also a very good D&D character. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. An artificer who was like willed a bag of holding, felt like his grandfather was a great adventurer. He was given this bag of holding, has no idea how to work it.
Like he just keeps putting shit in and he's like, "Where the fuck's that blowtorch?" And he's like digging around and then all of a sudden he's like, "I guess I can't find it." And then the one day he reaches in and he needs the blowtorch and it's just in his hand. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Or just somebody dispels it and it just like
Somebody just takes it,
like
turns it
just
inside
death
out.
machines
Oh, no.
just come flying out of it.
Fully built mechs just like tumble out. What if you kill people with a bag of holding?
So
They rot.
there's a thing that basically does that. It's called a bag of devouring.
Yeah.
And it's like a bag of holding, but anytime you stick anything in there, there's a good chance it'll just eat it.
Yeah. It looks like a bag of holding, but it just eats your items.
Yeah, and then, but if you want to use a bag of holding, you could just find someone small, like a halfling, and put him in there, and he'll die in 6 rounds.
Because there's no
We really could have used that bag of devouring with those acid dissolved bodies in campaign
Oh.
1.
Yeah. Eat this.
It's like, okay, bye.
I prefer the way we handled it, which was throw their food out the window.
Turn them into gooey fucking water balloons of flesh and throw them out
Ugh.
the window where the dogs
we
eat them.
we threw them out a second-story window, and they like splatted open on the sidewalk.
Oh
It
god.
was really, really gross.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
they were Naema's nearly extinct. There were two of Naema's nearly extinct racial brethren that
But
They
they
were
were
trying to kill
They
her.
were trying to kill me and my girlfriend, who was the reason for my race's almost extinction.
Mostly
yeah.
just your girlfriend.
Oh boy.
We were having a great time.
So I had to kill them
by the
back.
way.
Yeah, and then I showed mercy and used my med kit to bring one of them back.
And then I stabbed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were like, the last thing you're gonna see and know is that she saved your life and I'm ending yours.
Jesus.
Gibson was insane. I have to make characters who say cool shit because that's all I play this game for, is the opportunity to say cool one-liners and do awesome stuff.
Valid.
What do we think is going on with Mer Shaman Man? I mean, I'm hoping for magical items, but also they knew about the crystals, and I'm wondering who sent them.
I
Yeah.
think, Thomas thinks that Stone has sent other people to retrieve crystals, or like in transit between Westgar and Rolland. These crystals, like the boats carrying them, have been sunk. The merfolk have found the wreckages, gathered the crystals, and are using them for some sort of magic. And they've created a device to detect where these crystals are. And they just continually scan the sea floor and like scan the sea to find more of them.
Could this also be why Jatham plotted a different course, because he knew that there were like merfolk that were raiding that area?
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
Oh, fuck it.
don't know.
We like danger. It's
Yeah.
all good.
How about since we're down to Miss Liz, I'm gonna ask a question to Victor, in fact. So a lot of people tonight were showing Victor some love, whether it was trying to make sure he took care of himself, or helping him sleep, or just trying to give emotional support. What kind of impact did that have on Victor, and what would have happened if people hadn't cared as much?
I think it was undoubtedly positive. That just like people were looking out for him. It was nice. That's not a feeling he has often had, even in the best of times. Even in the glory days with Basher and Jatham, like that's just not the way they showed love. It was never close. Like they're very close, but they but also are pirates, also distance. Like
You don't
also
talk
aren't-
about feelings on a pirate ship.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
classic bros, not like a
And yeah,
not a
and
2020
also-
bro, like a 2002 bro.
most of the time they spent together, they were teenagers, which makes that even more difficult. Pardon me. So, yeah, I think this is like pretty new to Victor to have people, not only people who are looking out for his well-being physically and emotionally, and also make him feel comfortable. Because he's always been sort of a loner, and is most comfortable by himself.
Harold
For
gets that.
Yep.
yeah, and so
Talon gets that.
to like, and again, like it was pretty thin. It was a thinly veiled reason to have Talon stay with him, but it was rooted in reality of like I haven't been sleeping well by myself, and I've been sleeping quite well. Like, even I've been sleeping good, even though I've been like drunk off my ass and like waking up feeling like garbage. Like, that was a better feeling than sleeping by myself. So
Or like
maybe there's
sharing
something to
literally the
that.
floor in the forest.
Yeah, sleeping in a chair, like just like this, and waking up and being like, well, that was better than sleeping alone. It's nice. And I think without it, it was just, he would have just continued to be closed off, I think. And yeah, I think the doubt would continue. And while it is still there, it is definitely not gone. It's nice to know that, like, even though people still care enough to like know what I want to do and depend on me at least a little bit.
I'm really enjoying watching Talon and Victor's relationship. Like, it's a very interesting little weave, you know. It's not weaving your average pattern of any meet cute ever of all time. Like, it's very unique in the way that it's happening, but it also feels like a very healthy relationship is developing.
And like, it's yeah, that like brief moment of vulnerability tonight, which was like, it shocked me as well. When I was like, okay, going back to the ship, I wanna deal with this letter, but then I think I need to at least like reconcile with Talon. Like, at least be like, I'm sorry. Like, but then you tried to give me that berry, and I was like, motherfucker, I just like, I need this a lot. But also, like, don't be desperate, but also don't make this a big deal, because like you're not in that place. You can't do that. And then that's what came out, and it was sweet.
I think we underestimate the possibility that our characters will be sweet to each other. Like, we're very much like, everyone's gonna hate me and we're all gonna be at each other's throats and I'm a failure, and then everyone's like, hey dude, like, are you okay? You seem to be having a hard time. It's like, just there's so much care that our characters don't want to admit that the other party members have for them.
Yeah, it's funny. Go ahead, Lee.
You go ahead. I'm gonna develop my thought a little further.
I was gonna say, it's funny that like we've barely known each other a month at this point, like not even. And yet just like, but also so much has happened.
You guys are closing in on 3 weeks.
Yeah. That like we like so much has developed that our like we really do care for each other, and I think that's strange because like on the surface we don't know each other very well, and kind of just met and are like forming this idea of a group, but that forming has been so traumatic for us that we have just like built these checks into ourselves that like, okay, gotta make sure everyone's good. Got Victor, he's not good. Pile on Victor. And then like I'll get better, and then something terrible will happen to Puck, and we gotta be like, well, we gotta do something about Puck. And we're just like trading off drama.
And it's never gonna stop.
Yeah. That's
Not while you're DMing.
Yeah.
It's like this forever.
You don't get to leave. Oh no, there's plenty of time where you guys can like enjoy yourselves for like a session.
That's fine. If we were enjoying ourselves all the time, it wouldn't be Grey Tales.
Fun.
It wouldn't be Grey Tales anymore.
It wouldn't be Dungeons and Dragons anymore. I mean, you guys could always just like take up farming. Like that's a thing.
It
You
could
can just take up
happen.
agriculture, start like an apple orchard, make wines.
We have a boat now. We can just become couriers.
Oh man.
I mean, the one thought that's been popping into Thomas's head is, when is Victor gonna say, okay guys, there's this massive treasure trove that I know of from when I was a pirate. We're gonna go there and we're just gonna leave.
we gonna
It's
be
con-
pirates.
Listen, it's not a huge treasure trove, but I think we've talked about this. Victor has
Money.
a money in Groma in an undisclosed location. So if we ever need like
Money?
money, an undisclosed amount of money, we have a ship. Go
We
get
can
it.
get said money.
Mhm.
Oh man.
I know.
I'm s-
I know where it is.
Tom, Dick, and Harry have to stick around now. There's no way Tom, Dick, and Harry get to leave the ship.
Oh, they're
That's their
funny.
choice. They
Yeah, it's not their choice though, because Tom, Dick, and Harry are great.
It's true. They suck, but they're great.
I'm Tom.
They also named the ship, so
Yeah.
We all vote. I felt like such an asshole because you're like, "Here, bring the whole ship together. All right, let's take a vote." And I was like, "I am 4 people."
yeah. That's
And
fine.
honestly, the weird thing was, I was like, no, you know what? That's fair. Like honestly, like if they're here,
Yeah.
then like yeah, you can have.
They're-
Yeah, they get a
Hard,
vote.
too.
Totally.
I personally am okay, here's what actually would happen if Victor didn't get any support. He would have named the boat the Righteous Burden,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which I was like,
Worst
I was
name.
racking my mind for like the first hour of this session. Like, okay, what's the saddest name I could come up with that still makes sense for us? Because I could just call it like, I could just call it like My Sadness.
Hello, darkness,
and then I
my
was
old
like, but it
friend.
still has to be like, it still has to be on brand for like us and our justice and our like save the world helping people. And I was like, okay, a burden. The ship is a burden. I have it because of my burdens. And I was like, okay, where do I go with this? And I was like, yes, righteous. We are a righteous burden on people.
But dude, Harbinger of Fate is like
Harbinger of Fate is cool.
Yeah.
It's so
Very cool.
It's
No, like,
well, he's
Thomas, when you said that, literally, like I snapped out of roleplay for like half a second. I was like, oh shit, that's really good. And then I was like, oh wait, I'm having a conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
When you said that,
I
I'm
heard-
like, damn, that's like a Mass Effect ship name. Like, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then when fucking Victor was like, we'll see, like, Puck is pretty creative. He usually comes up with like some pretty good stuff. I'm like, I mean,
Better
like,
than
I haven't
that?
even been thinking about it. You want me to come up with
That was
something
a
better
throw
than
to you. I was trying to throw you under the bus.
I mean, yeah, the
Um,
best I could come up with was like, I think like Fate's Voyage or something like that. And then you're like, let's. So what do we have? And you listed off 3 things and none of my suggestions. And I was like, I see. All
the
right,
Basher.
They
fuck me
weren't
then.
Good. I'm sorry. Everyone
I
else
hon-
came up with better names.
But here's the thing, Harbinger of Fate, it sounds like, yeah, we're the good guys, but we're coming. And there's nothing
I
you
don't
can do
think
to
it
stop
makes us sound like the good guys.
It does not make us sound like the good
I-
guys at all,
it
in my
does.
I think
Me.
the Harbinger of Fate is the like title for Dark Puck. When we eventually
Yes.
hit Dark, he is
Yes.
Dark Puck, the Harbinger of Fate.
Dude, I just
That's my Dark Souls name. When my character becomes inevitably corrupt and falls, I will rise as a Dark Souls boss, and it will be Pericles, Harbinger of Fate.
Good one.
Yeah. I was
The
I
life
came
bar
up with that
person.
because I was just like, I was sitting here like I think it was like during the session, we were just like, oh yeah, we still gotta name the boat.
A
And
name.
I was like, my first thought was Sword of Fate. That has nothing to do with a fucking boat. And I was like, what does a boat do? Well, it brings people. It's bringing us the shield of fate. I was like, it could be the bringer of fate, but that doesn't sound
dumb.
that doesn't
That also
sound
sounds
super
like a
cool.
weapon.
What's a synonym for bringing? And I was like, harbinger?
What is the
Yeah.
most metal synonym for bringing? Harbinger.
Yeah, and I was like,
Harbinger of Fate does sound like it could be like a Rammstein song.
that was the first word that came to my head was harbinger. I don't know why, but I was like, no, that's too cool to not suggest.
It was really good. Well, kids, with Harbinger of Fate, I gotta bounce because I do gotta get vaxxed tomorrow. So,
Okay.
great
That's fair.
session. I love you all.
We love you too.
Alright.
Lane,
Like 2:00 in the morning.
Next week, I'll be in Calgary.
What?
Oh shit.
Eh.
Oh shit.
When did this happen?
All right.
It's gonna be in another different location next week. Get ready.
I love it.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
bye, guys.
Lane,
Okay.
we'll have. Okay, bye, Lane.
Real excited about that
I
vaccine,
was
I guess.
personally all about Deliverance. I liked that name a lot. We got outvoted
I
though.
was so excited when I as soon as that hit my brain, I was like, oh, I love that. I would love
There's still time.
it to be that.
Once Tom, Dick,
It
and
could
Harry are
happen.
dead and we can rename the
Oh
boat.
God.
Yeah. Honestly, Harold was like, "Wait, people actually like the name I suggested? This is weird. They're actually going with it? Okay."
Okay. But if you were you've come a long way, let's remember. Because your name for us was terrible. It would have been the equivalent of you calling this boat I don't know, the
Loathsome.
Ship of Fate. Which is just
Um,
awful.
I have a.
It wouldn't have been Ship of Fate. He would have done the same initials
Yeah.
thing. So it would have been like SOP.
I'm actually curious, just on a side tangent, because we were talking about me as an evil person. What would everyone's Dark Souls boss name be as your character?
Oh, as Victor?
Yeah. If Victor was
Oh,
a Dark
the Blue-
Souls
the
boss,
Blue
what
Beast.
would his title be? Oh, the Blue Beast? Okay, yeah, that's pretty
The
good.
Blue Beast.
Never played Dark Souls. No, nothing.
Oh man, I mean, basically, it's just the way Dark Souls works is you just wander into a place and suddenly a health bar and a name appears, and you're like, oh fuck, what is that? And it's like the Maw of the Abyss, or Zakafrax, the Demon Soul, or it's the Rotten.
Really extra.
Super extra, but some of them are oh, that sounds intimidating, and other things are just nonsensical. There's they throw in weird verbiage into it sometimes, because it's
I don't know if I can come up with an evil boss name for Talon, because I'm gonna be honest, when I was creating Talon as a character, my starting point was Sunshine, but a person.
I mean, there's stuff that's the lunar moth and stuff like that in there as well. So sometimes they're heroes that have fallen from grace as well.
I think
Gotcha.
it's got to be the best I've come up with in my head so far is Talon, comma, the whirling wind, or something like that.
Hmm?
Because of how we tool two swords, right? So just
Yeah.
a little dervish sword.
I feel so cool when I get to do 3 attacks. So
It's very cool.
It's so cool.
I can't
feel-
wait to do 2 attacks.
I just feel fast. I just feel so fast. I love having 2 swords. A lot.
can't wait to hit twice.
It's a shame that you couldn't get Barbarian level 5 in before.
Listen, when the warlock
Good
patron
thing you're
calls,
tanky.
you answer.
It's just a good thing you're tanky.
I'm struggling with the whole I can only cast 1 spell, but all my other action, all my doing 2 actions in the round are bonus action spells. So I have to preset those, but I have to. It has to be. I can only cast those that. It's hard.
Yep.
What would Harold's Dark Souls boss name be?
Herald Sword Thrower. You think your fucking rolling out of the way is gonna get out of there? Nope. He's just gonna throw his goddamn sword at you, motherfucker.
Okay, so here's how it goes. You walk through the fog gate, right? And then Harold like gets up from his blacksmithing and grabs his sword. And the
He's
health
all the way
bar-
across the room. You're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
okay.
And
I
the
got
health
some time.
bar just says Harold, and you're like, okay. And you start like running up, and all of a sudden a sword just comes flying through you, and then as you're dying, the rest of the life bar, like the rest of the name reveals itself, Harold the Sword Thrower.
Surprise, bitch.
Yep.
If I was to add anything else to that as like other possibilities, it would be like Herald. It'd be something like Herald Consumer of Knowledge, or like Abyss of Knowledge, or something like that.
Yeah. He keeps just casting ranged spells at you, and then as soon as you get anywhere close, he throws his sword.
Yeah. No.
So, do you not have a ranged spell attack like cantrip?
No.
Okay.
I only get, as an Eldritch Knight, I only get 2 cantrips. I chose Dancing Lights thematically because always good to have a light cantrip available. And then
Yeah,
the other
definitely.
one is backstory based. That
Okay.
has not been revealed yet, but it is
Fuck.
backstory based. So those are my 2 cantrips. Next level though, I will have access to more cantrips. So
Gotta get yourself like a firebolt or something.
yeah, no, I realized that as soon as I was just like, yeah, I don't have a lot of actual easy to damage deal things in my arsenal. I'm gonna rectify that.
Yeah. I don't have good range either, but I'm okay with that because if I'm out of range, I just run into range.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And if that means getting attacked 7 times, that's fine. That doesn't matter to me.
I'm really grateful that in this campaign, because last campaign I also did a bow and sword for my weapons, but I never rolled good with my bow last campaign, so I just stopped using it because like anytime I used it, I literally never hit. And so I'm just really, really glad that I can actually use both my weapons this time. Because it would have been a real shame if I had suffered the same affliction this time around.
Guys, I'm stupid.
What happened?
Why you do?
I just realized that my fucking cantrips got buffed up at level 5, and I haven't been rolling.
Okay, that's what I
I've been
was gonna
I've been rolling
call you out on
1d12 for that Toll the Dead, and it should be 2d12. And I
thought
didn't do
about
it for like the
that,
last like 2 or 3 sessions.
during the fight. I thought about that, but then went like, maybe it's not level 5. Maybe I'm misremembering. And then I was gonna look it up, and I never did.
Oh my god. Well, you know what? Hey, maybe I'll actually kill something next time.
Yeah, that Tool the Dead when you hit it, it's nasty.
I mean, the thing with D12s without modifiers, it's just like it's either amazing or it's hot trash, and there's no
Yeah,
there's no
You can
difference.
roll a 1. That's why I use 2d6 and not 1d12 because I like that more.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Well, that's gonna make a difference. Is there anything else I have that changes
Oh.
like that? I think it's just cantrips. And everything
Guys,
else-
I
cantrips.
cannot wait to get a new weapon. I want.
You,
I want.
have something in mind?
A cool 2-handed weapon. No, I have nothing. I personally would like it if we can buff enlightenment instead of getting a new weapon.
mm-hmm.
Just because I like enlightenment, but if a very cool thing comes to me, I might start experimenting. I'm not sure. I might maybe next fight I'll use the elven longsword and a hand axe and try.
See
And
what
I'll,
happens.
Because then I can attack twice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
See,
I
if
gotta.
Could be fun.
I'm hoping that if I can get some proficiency in martial weapons, then I can upgrade from a D6 to a D8 or something.
Yeah.
It's a little improvements.
Mhm.
If Victor, if you get good at using, if you get good at dual wielding, you and Talon will just be from Pirates of the Caribbean. You'll be Will and
Will
Elizabeth just
and
tossing swords to each other to help fight.
It's really not my game though. I'm two-handed. I have to be two-handed. So I don't know.
Shout
Uh,
out to the fucking
hey.
sword fights in Pirates of the Caribbean, man.
Yeah,
I
good
know.
sword fights.
I've been thinking about actually rewatching all those movies because it's just been so long, and I love them so much. You know.
Good.
You can stop after 3.
It's
Well,
true.
obviously, I'm not gonna put myself through that.
The later ones are fine. They just aren't as good.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
I-
a time to stop. It was after the
I
third
will
one.
admit they do a nice callback at the end of the 5th one. They do
yeah,
a
Is there
nice
that
callback.
many?
There's
Yeah.
the 5th one, yeah.
That's the newest one, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
It's Jack Sparrow's backstory.
Interesting.
So yesterday, as one does, I was thinking about D&D characters.
Good.
Yes.
And I would, now that the DM is gone, I would like to impart this secret knowledge that I've been thinking about for the past 24 hours. Because of our lack of charisma, I've been thinking about charisma-based characters.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, what about a sorcerer? What can I do with a sorcerer? And I was theory crafting a dwarf sorcerer. And I was like, that's fun. But also, dwarves not wearing armor feels weird to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, let's look at this. If you go mountain dwarf, you get proficiency with medium armor. And then so you can take the feat heavily armored and be a sorcerer in plate mail.
Ah.
And I was like,
yeah.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Mhm.
You're running around fucking sorcerer with 18 AC.
Oh, man.
I mean.
I was like, that's the secret knowledge. That's the secret tech I came up with yesterday, and I'm into it.
I feel like
I don't know, Thomas. I'm sure you probably would have seen it since you're on TikTok at least as much as I am. But that TikTok where it's like you use conjure animals, but you summon like cows
Yes.
into the air, and it's just
Yeah.
like the weight of them dropping is so heavy, you just do so much damage by just dropping cows on people.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Conjure animals, you don't have to conjure them on the ground. As long as it's an unoccupied space, you can conjure them. So you just conjure them like 60 feet in the air.
I was going
And
to say,
then-
what's the range?
God.
What's
I think
the
it's
range on
60
conjure
or
animals?
30. But that's also like the
60.
yeah. So you just conjure them 60 feet in the air, and all these cows just plummet onto your enemies. That's also like the like real stupid thing of a druid being able to cast conjure woodland beings. You conjure 8 pixies,
Yeah.
who then use polymorph to polymorph your enemies, and you can just run away from all combat.
If they succeed.
Yeah, but there's 8 of them. You just make all the pixies just continually cast polymorph on each of their successive turns until they fail.
I think I'm not when it comes to making characters, I know there's some people like Tanner, I'll say, who like to make the most gimmicky, like broken thing they can think of. But I've always just been like the person who's like, what'd be cool story-wise? And then I just kind of like build it off of that. But it's really fun when you have like a spell that is like very underused and you're like, what can I, like, what's a creative way to use this? I don't know if this is like conjure animals is definitely not an underused spell, but I think a lot of people are like, oh, I can use it for like flying eagles and like distraction stuff and that sort of stuff. I had a fight with a giant, this was in Azza's campaign. He had us fighting like this enormous, like immortal soul skeleton giant monster necrotic awful thing. But it moved really, really slowly, and my AC was really, really high. So I just summoned a shit ton of crocodiles and had them distract it. It just gave the skeleton disadvantage on attacks for like as long as humanly possible. I'm like, these are all of my distractions.
Deal with this.
Conjuration, conjure spells are like, I've always been like, that looks really fun. I would love to play a conjurer. But then I just like think about it more and go like, ugh, I don't want to do that to any DM ever.
Yeah.
I summon eight creatures. Lane can barely keep track of our fucking NPCs, and I make them also act on 8 animal companions. Like, it's over. It's done.
Yeah, and you know that once you start down that gimmicky road, that's just what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed this evening how Lane just kept setting himself up to be burned. Today he's like, I just like really dumb characters. Like, there's just something nice about being someone who doesn't have to think about anything. I was like, Lane, do you know?
He knows it.
Do you know?
He ain't ashamed. He's not ashamed of his stupidity.
No, I'm like, do you know how hard it is not to just be like, when you say stuff like that? Oh man, not even being mean, just being like, yeah, you said it.
I have a really easy time playing characters who are assholes because I'm an asshole. Like, that's just how it is. That's just how life is.
True.
Pixies and
You
giant
stick
gauntlets
to what you
punching
know.
people.
You stick to what you know, and if what you know is making people angry with your dumb bullshit, so be it.
Why do you think I made talent stupid? Makes my life easier.
True win.
I don't know
Alright,
what
I
y'all
gotta
real
go
are talking
sleepy
about. I'm a
time.
bastard in real life.
I'm also gonna go to bed because I'm
Yes,
still up
same.
here. I was asleep from last night, so.
Okay. Well,
See you
have
next
a
week.
good evening, guys.
Lads.
Bye bye.
All right, they've all pieced out. It's all ogre now. Hi, chat. For those of you who have stuck around to the very, very, very end, I do appreciate you guys sticking around, chitter-chatting with us, adding your voices and your questions. Always appreciated. Yeah. Unless there's any further questions or anything from everybody else, I will probably also peace out here. But we had a good session. This was fun. This is far less stressful than some of the previous sessions, and there was a weird amount of like character healing I felt. And I don't know if it's just like me kind of like leaving some of that character drama behind and coming back to it and being like, you know what, Puck's gonna just be doing a bit better this time. Or I also partly contribute it to him finally getting a chance to just like fight it out and get some stress out and just just get the shit kicked out of him, but hopefully in a productive manner. I'm not sure what to say about everyone's being like, yes, finally, Puck understands, he agrees with all this, da 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 da. And I'm like, well, he sees the point, like, but I don't know if I can go quite as far as being like, oh yes, Puck is completely just tossing all his previous thoughts aside because he's seen the light. I'm not sure. I was like, and also the whole conversation of like, yeah, I was just gonna dangle the ship until you called Uncle. I'm like, I don't think you understand how driven Puck is with things. I don't think he was gonna call Uncle. He let you drop him in the ocean first, I think. But yeah. Good night. Good times. Lots of stuff. We even squeezed in combat, which I wasn't expecting. Although I'm sure everybody else noticed, but I was like, we're having this conversation. I heard the music shift to like fight music, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. No, that's bad. And he's like, hey, what's everyone's perception? And then we were like, this, that. Okay. I'm like, oh, that's not good. Yeah. That's gonna be it for me tonight. So thanks everybody for coming by to the post show and to the actual show. Always great to see so many faces. We've been getting slowly but surely some new folks. Yeah, it's been a good time. And thank you everyone who subscribed tonight. You know, we just hit affiliate not that long ago. I'm still setting some things up, but it's good to see that some stuff is working. Now I just have to figure out the rest of it. And hopefully I can get that mostly sorted out before I move. So yeah. I hope I get to see Logan while he's in town. I haven't seen his butt in forever, and I didn't know he was coming to town. Yeah, it'll be like shortly before I move, I think. Interesting. Odd and interesting. Anyways, thanks everybody for coming by. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream and the post show. Hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. I myself will be back on Friday at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I still don't know exactly what I'm doing. I was trying to set up some kind of special co-op-y sort of thing, but I've been having difficulties with getting answers from the people scheduling wise, so we'll see what ends up happening. But I know myself and most likely Lynn will be back on Friday doing games and things, so check that out. If you guys are enjoying the channel and you want to keep supporting me and what we all do here together, there's some links in the descriptions and in other places. There's also a Discord, and we love your input. We love being able to talk to you guys and share memes and ask you what we should do next and all that jazz. But anyways, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I will see all of you in the country. Peace out.